Good evening, everybody. The traditional introduction of Press Club honorees is long, it's effusive, and it's an act of fiction. It was with that expectation that passed his prologue that John Kominicki asked me to offer an introduction on his behalf. One which would chronicle his considerable success at Long Island Business News, recasting the paper as a critical force in the region. He's expecting an introduction that celebrates his journalistic standards of excellence and his business acumen. But I couldn't bring myself to engage in such an obvious fraud, in part because I'm not being paid for this gig, and he's not a client. So let's be candid. John Kominicki has made the noun publisher a verb for sabbatical. He has destroyed more reputations, he has crushed more careers, he has warped more truths and generated more libel suits than Boss Tweed and William Randolph Hearst combined. As Alexander Hamilton said of Aaron Burr, he is a blot upon the Republic. He is a worm in the body of a free press. He's a gruesome stain upon the First Amendment. He has been a canker, a scourge, and a menace to a business community struggling to break his yoke. He instills fear. He is a champion of pain and suffering. And he's your award recipient. Had Hamilton lived, he would have said of John, he can't see a belt without hitting below it, that he has committed every crime that does not...
You, sir, are the scourge on this evening. I cannot permit you to continue to ruin my reputation. I must challenge you to a duel.
At long last, we can finally determine the supremacy of public relations over journalists. And how fortuitous that I should have dueling pistols.
How fortuitous.
How fortuitous indeed. It's the only time I've been able to use that word in public. Fortunately, I'm my own second, so allow me to prime these weapons. Okay, no inspect, make sure that's right, there, got it, fine.
How's your insurance, Gary? Is that up to date?
My insurance is great, the co-payment's a bitch, John. Let's see, we're going to need to do this correctly, John, in keeping with the Burr-Hamilton duel. Back to back, and then we do 3 paces, we turn, we fire. We'll obviously need some audience participation in this. I know you're journalists, can't you count? You know, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. This wasn't quite the ending I was expecting, but at least I won't have to hear a speech.